love having Bulls on Parade as my ringtone. It's great.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy, what's going on, man?
Not much. Just hanging out, doing some interviews, having fun.
Right on, man.
The
That's
usual,
what you do.
the usual stuff. You know. So let's get right down to it. This is Ray West of APW and Spread Eagle. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on?
What's going on? Me, the city, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, rock and roll. That's what's going on.
Cool.
Talking to you, having a good time.
Great.
How long have we known each other now? We've known each other a long time. Like when they invented fire.
Maybe 13 years? 13
Yeah.
years, something like that,
Lucky 13.
Yeah, I mean, all the way down to when, we're in the studio when you were recording and stuff like that,
Yeah, man. It's all such a blur now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's quite a long time ago,
But it's guys like you that have all the evidence somewhere hidden away. I know it.
I know. I got some good shots,
I bet.
I got some good photos from Studio One and other places we had fun at and stuff like that. And
I've been trying to.
Go ahead.
I've been trying to find photos of photos that I don't have a beer in my hand or some sort of paraphernalia. Difficult to find.
Yeah, that's not easy. We even got shots from that place, the Deck House, that time you played there.
Wow.
I don't know if that was one of the first shows or whatever, but that was interesting.
That's definitely a blur somewhere in my DNA.
Oh yeah, but I got the photo, so it's cool.
Like I said, you're the man.
Okay. Okay. Let's your debut CD, Spread Eagle, was a phenomenal hit. At least with the '80s crowd and stuff like that. You had some fantastic songs, Scratch Like a Cat, Switchblade Serenade, and my personal favorite, Through These Eyes, which blows me away to this day. Can you tell me anything Can you tell me anything about the recording of that CD?
Oh, wow. Well, you've got four young guys with a lot of energy, each with very strong ideas of what should be recorded. That record captures a moment in time for us. We got signed pretty quick. We wrote half of the record in the studio, so we got signed pretty quick. We got signed with about 5 or 6 songs. So everything sort of had to be written on the spot and with a quickness. So you have a lot of energy and a lot of people cooking at the same time. So it's an honest record. It's a sincere record because it's a picture of where we were living at the time, which was the Lower East Side, and it's the story of us. Really, that's about it. It's the story of us.
Cool. And then the second CD came out in '93, open to the public, which kind of like MCA really didn't put their clout behind that CD and really didn't give it a push. Can you tell me anything about that CD?
Well, I think it's a really good record. It's obviously a polished record. I mean, it's very, I don't know the word for it, it varies quite a bit in song range. You've got us doing King of the Dogs, and on the same record, I believe you have Fate. So you had, every time Paul and I would hear something on the radio that was current, he would try not to write something like it. But I think it's a very mature record. Obviously, MCA didn't know what to do with it. I mean, Devil's Road, King of the Dogs, Revolution Maker. I think Fade Away is on that record.
Right.
Shine. There's some good stuff on there. It's just really polished, and it was at a time in history when music was changing, and MCA just didn't want to roll the dice with us. And,
right.
I think they should have released King of the Dogs and rolled with something like that. Just kept us heavy. But you've got a label that's starting a brand new rock department, and they really didn't know what they were doing, I guess. You're young. You sign your life away because you think because you get a little blinded, and you put your life in these people's hands, and you trust a lot of people. A lot of bad decisions get made, and there you are. We got invited to the party. We didn't get to stay that long.
Right. Wow.
But I really do like that record a lot because the vocals started to grow up a little bit, and you see a lot of different layers of what I can do locally. So for me, I'm proud of the work I did on it. I just actually nowadays we still play a lot of that stuff in the set, so we get to bring it back our own way.
Very cool. Now, a really collector item and hard to find, and kind of expensive, is a CD called Ataro. The Edge of My Life came out in '93. I told you I'd dig dirt. I told you I'd dig dirt.
That's dirty. That's dirty, dude. It's okay. It's a life experience. I'll settle into that. Go ahead, ask me.
I don't know much about the CD, but I know it's expensive, and
right,
you got to
so
track that thing down. So tell me a little bit about that.
All right, so check it out. This is my first real time that I got to go into a studio situation. I was living in Florida, and I flew up to meet a friend of mine, Fred Corey, to do a project with him. While I was doing that project, he got called to go to Philadelphia to be in Cinderella. So I was stuck up in Ithaca with nothing to do, but I was in the studio with some time, and I met some people in the same studio, and they were like, hey, put your voice on this stuff. So now I recorded thinking I was just sort of helping out to do a demo, and I didn't sign anything to say if you could release the vocal, but it's me singing a lot of my very first attempt at singing in the studio, and it's very, I kind of sound like I'm on helium. So it was, at the time of doing it, we thought it was the greatest thing since Swiss cheese, but it's just one of those things, it's something I thought I would never hear again or hear about again, and there it is, creeping around. It's still this little piece of dirt that, hasn't been wiped away.
Wow.
You know what happens when you do anything in this business, when you open your mouth to talk and you record something, or, it all follows you around. Every single thing you do, say, record, video, always comes back to haunt you. It's just one of those things. You know what? I embrace it. It's part of my growing up experience in studio and learning how to sing and do my thing. So, hey, it's out there.
Right.
But what I'm really pissed at, this dude, when we put it out, never gave me any cash.
Right.
So I really want to hunt down the guy that collected money for it, because I'm owed some cash.
Cool. Very cool. You should be getting that, too, and you deserve it.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
I forgot the guy's name. I think his name is, I keep forgetting his first name.
Right.
But he was a nice enough guy. But, obviously sometimes, you record stuff back in the day and people think it's a big deal. They still, are selling it. So maybe I should be flattered, if anything.
Right. Now, tell me a little bit about Girls of Porn.
Girls of Porn, actually, the drummer that's playing in Spread Eagle now, Rick DeLuca, I started Girls of Porn with him. That was sort of like, we were kind of like Rage Against the Machine meets Living Color. It was like Rage Against the Machine, but with a lot of melody.
Right.
We were a very pocket, we were a very tempo band. It was the kind of band, we didn't get to record anything, but the band would play live, and it would just move people. We would make bodies move, and that's how we knew it was a good band. Everywhere we played, we would just, it was gigs like Don Hills, things like that, locally. We would travel out of the city a little bit, Baltimore, and things like that. One of the guys in the band had a little bit of money. We were able to get a van, travel around a little bit, drink a lot of beer.
Cool.
It was a very good experimental band.
Wow. A
lot of grooves, things like that. I'm very proud of the work that we did, and I'm proud that, Rick DeLuca and myself are still in a working partnership now that he's Spread Eagle.
Very cool. Now,
it was a great band.
Cool. I saw Hostel Inc. Countless times. Was that just like a side project, or actually, what happened there?
That was a side project. That was actually my intro back into playing rock and roll, because I took some years off when I moved down to Florida to retire. I guess people go to Florida to retire. Tim Louie, you probably know him, Tim Louie Chigger.
Right.
He kept saying, look, I think I had to come up to do a Ray West tour where I just played some Fred songs, APW songs, and they helped me out. Anyway, Hostel Inc. was a project where I decided to come back up north, and I wound up living in New Jersey with a guitar player. And Tim Louie was in the band, Steve Ladd, and a drummer, Jeff Hardy. And we did a demo at Steve Koenig's house. I think it's Steve Koenig. Actually, Steve Koenig just passed away. Do you know him?
Not really, no.
I think maybe Mark Koenig or Steve Koenig. I really apologize for forgetting the name. Anyway, we got to do a 3-song demo. Nothing ever really came of it, but that band was also very good. That was more of a heavy, big group kind of band. We had some material. We played a lot of All Points West material and Hostel Inc. material. So it was never really, we had never had a really major identity. We were still trying to write Hostel Inc. material. While we were writing that, we would always play APW stuff live.
Right.
But there was some three great songs we got out of that. I think it's called Devil's Sundown is one.
Right.
Execution Style. And this song called, I can't even remember it. But it was good.
Cool, cool. Well, one of my favorite songs, right even to this day, is Novocaine, which, I mean, someone really has to see you live to really get the essence of that song. But I did post a video of Novocaine just now on Facebook so people could see what Ray West is all about. Tell me a little bit about Novocaine.
Well, that song was written really very quickly by myself, Miguel Gonzalez. I wrote that song while I was living in Florida. There's a lot of great talent in Florida, and I happen to be friends with a great bass player named Miguel Gonzalez. He's a slash bass player, slash guitar player, slash producer, slash great songwriter, slash great singer, and he's the kind of guy you hop into the studio with and sort of click right away, and you could bounce back and forth all day long and come up with something. There were some other cats actually in the room with us as well. Guitar player named Dave Scott, drummer Joey Garriga. I kind of were going to form a band down there, but anyway, we wound up playing this groove, and we locked into it in less than a minute, and I had lyrics in about an hour or two, something solid, and that's one of the fastest songs I've ever had the pleasure of writing. It's just it's all hook from beginning to end. It opens up with a musical hook. The verse is a hook. The pre-chorus is a hook. The chorus is a hook. It constantly makes your body move. And when I sing it, I literally feel like I'm flying.
Right.
Because it's rare. It's rare that you can write a song where you feel like it's perfect. And that's one of those songs I live to play because it just makes me feel good. It's the ultimate drug for me is playing that song.
Cool. Now you also APW. I see you play many shows like that, and I guess that's your main focus besides Spread Eagle, the reunited Spread Eagle. What's going on there with All Points West?
I've got a lineup. I've got a strong line. It's probably the strongest lineup of musicians I've had. I've always been trying to get the right combination of people to play this stuff, and guys that can sort of drop their egos and just come in and sort of, work the arrangements. And on the CD, there's not a lot of solos on the material. So live, I wanted to translate it with solos and really cool arrangements. So it's a completely different animal live, but all the songs translate very well live because the guys that play it really dig in and play the hell out of it. I've got drummer Lee Nelson. I think he used to be in Gothic Slam. He's a show within a show. And Eddie Campbell, who's in a great King Diamond tribute band called Them. Doug Odell is an amazing bass player. I've been trying to find a bass player that could play the way Miguel Gonzalez plays, and that's been hard to find. So Doug Odell is the closest I've been able to find, and actually now with him, we're able to do some gigs that, you come to see this band now, it's like a sledgehammer. It's really a big groove.
Right.
I hope that makes sense.
Cool.
I wanted to put together the strongest band possible to play this stuff so it would affect people. So they come in and they're like, holy hell, who are these guys,
Right.
So for people who don't know the material, they leave going, wow, that's really good stuff. Who was that band? And, All Points West was in the house.
Right.
I'm also very proud of the material. I'm really proud of every song on that CD. It's like
right. Cool.
Once again, what can I say? I'm lucky.
Right. Now, Spread Eagle are working on new material. Can you tell me anything about that?
Yes, indeed, man. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be in a room with Rob writing songs. And because of the years under our belt and the way Rob has written, in his past years, and the way my style of writing has developed, we are getting together with Rick DeLuca, our drummer, who's a great songwriter, and Dennis Kamak, the guitar player. And we're coming up with stuff that's just slamming. I mean, it's just foot stomping. I can't even explain. I don't even know what kind of music it is, but it's heavy, it's cool, but it's a lot of, I'm going to find the word for it. It's great.
Wow.
It's great. It's fun. It's fun to be a part of it. And it's fun to watch. It's great to see Rob smile after writing something like, wow, I can't believe we just did that. That's really cool that we could still do this.
Right. Well, this.
I was even wondering how it was going to come out.
Right.
And we got some really interesting stuff.
Right. Will this material be out this year or not really?
I think it'll be ready. We're in March. I wanted it to be out by summer, but because of Rob's touring schedule, I think he comes back in about 2 months.
Right.
So Rick and I will man the writing as much as we can, and Rob will come in, and we'll all work together.
Wow.
With Dennis as well, and we'll make it all happen. Rob's got a lot of material. I've got a lot of material. Rick has a lot of material, and Dennis as well. So I don't know the ETA on it.
Right.
But we're working as hard as we can with the time that we have.
Cool. But you do play. You still play shows with Spread Eagle, and anything coming up?
Yeah, actually we're playing a show in the city, Bowery Electric, on April 22nd.
Cool.
I think that falls on a Sunday night.
Wow. So
Which I'm all about playing on Sundays, because back in the day, the Limelight used to be, the rock night was on Sunday. So to me, there's nothing unusual about going out on a Sunday night to go listen to rock and roll.
Right. Well, I congratulate you on your career. It's been long. It's been a good friendship, and I wish you the best. Would you like to say anything?
Thank you so much, man.
Would you like to say anything? Go ahead.
I really would. Respect to all the fans and friends that support the idea of what I do and help me along and sort of, give me something to lean on. Because I do this because I love it. I sing because it's what I love to do. I think back in the day when I was a kid, I used to sing because I wanted to be a rock star. And I think now I've eaten a lot of humble pie. I've eaten so much humble pie I should be diabetic. I'm just very fortunate that I still get to sing for people who appreciate it. And I'm very lucky to be in a band with people that respect what I do. And enjoy the situation. And it's not cheesy, and it's sincere, and it's humble, and it's honest. And so for people who get my frequency, I'm happy to have you.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you talking to me.
Right on, man.
Talk to you later, man.
Later, brother.
Bye-bye.